Okay, so picture this. You're reading something written 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
Words that no one has seen since Mount Vesuvius erupted.
Yeah,
It's not a movie, it's really happening, and it's all thanks to AI.
that's right.
Unlocking these secrets from way back when,
Mm.
maybe even rewriting history.
It really is fascinating how artificial intelligence is giving us this, like, front row seat to ancient texts.
Totally.
It's like we have a time machine.
Exactly. And today we're diving deep into how AI is changing how we understand the ancient world.
Right.
We're looking at this article from Nature.
Yeah.
How AI is unlocking ancient texts and could rewrite history.
Hmm.
It's got some really cool examples about how this technology is showing us new stuff and like challenging what we thought we knew.
And what I find so intriguing is that AI isn't just reading these texts.
Right.
It's helping us see patterns and connections that we might have missed otherwise.
Like a whole new perspective.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Herculaneum scrolls.
Okay.
Hundreds of scrolls buried by Vesuvius back in 79 AD. Were way too delicate to just unroll.
Yeah.
So people have been trying to decipher them forever.
For centuries.
And now AI is stepping in.
Yeah, and the Vesuvius Challenge got over 1,000 teams together
Wow.
to develop algorithms that could basically unwrap these scrolls virtually.
Unwrap them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And decipher that ink, which you can't even see with normal scans.
I see.
Like, it's invisible.
So the winning team used a transformer model, which is usually for video analysis.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
So how does that even work?
So transformer models are meant to analyze sequences of images,
Okay.
and they understand how they change over time.
Right.
So in this case, the researchers adapted the model to analyze those scroll layers
the layers. Yeah.
and identify the ink patterns, which are very subtle.
Oh, wow.
It's like the model is watching a video of the scroll being unwrapped.
Even though it's virtual.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It is.
So what did they actually find?
Well, the transformer was able to reveal 16 columns of text
Wow.
from a scroll that was totally unreadable before.
That's incredible.
And get this, the text was identified as a previously unknown work of Greek philosophy.
Like a brand new discovery.
Totally.
Wow. And possibly by Philodemus?
Could be.
That's huge. Are there more scrolls out there like that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Hundreds more from Herculaneum are just waiting.
Waiting to be analyzed?
They could have a ton of new information about the ancient world.
It's like a secret library.
It is an invisible library just waiting to be unlocked.
And it's not even just the Herculaneum scrolls.
Nope.
This tech can be used to read texts hidden in other places.
Right.
Like medieval book bindings, even ancient Egyptian mummy wrappings.
That's right. It seems like the possibilities are truly endless.
Endless possibilities.
And this success with the Herculaneum scrolls, it's really just the start.
Just the beginning.
AI is being used for a ton of challenges in deciphering these old texts.
Yeah.
Take Pythia and Ithaca, for example.
Those names ring a bell. Remind me what those are.
Of course. So Pythia and Ithaca are AI models that were trained on massive amounts of Greek inscriptions.
I see.
They're called RNN-based models.
Yeah.
Which means they can learn patterns in sequences of data.
Sequences of data like letters in a text.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So what can these models actually do?
Okay, well, Pythia can analyze inscriptions that are damaged. Yeah.
Okay.
And suggest missing words or even characters.
Wow.
Ithaca goes a step further and suggests the date and origin of unknown texts.
So it can figure out when and where it's from.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
That's amazing.
So, for example, researchers have used Ithaca to redate Athenian decrees.
Athenian decrees.
Yeah.
So we have a more accurate timeline of Athenian politics.
Precisely.
That's remarkable. So AI is actually helping us refine our understanding of history.
It really is.
That's so cool.
And people are also using Ithaca to analyze tablets from the Oracle of Dodona.
The Oracle of Dodona.
Yeah, one of the most important oracles in ancient Greece.
Wow. These tools sound incredibly powerful.
They are.
Is AI doing all the work, though, or are humans still involved?
That's a great question. It's definitely a collaboration.
A collaboration.
Yeah.
Okay.
AI does the heavy lifting,
The heavy lifting.
analyzing all that data and finding patterns.
Right.
But human experts are still super important.
I see.
They bring their knowledge to make sense of the results.
So it's like a partnership.
It is a perfect partnership.
This is totally changing how we study these old texts.
It really is.
But what about the amount of data out there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are archives around the world that are just way too big
Right.
for us to translate and analyze in a reasonable time.
You're absolutely right. And a perfect example is the Ouyuan Dynasty archives in Korea.
The Joseon Dynasty Archive.
Yeah, they've got hundreds of thousands of articles covering 27 kings,
Wow, that's a lot.
all written in an ancient form of Chinese.
Oh, wow. So it's a treasure trove of information.
It is an incredibly rich source, but the sheer size has been a huge roadblock.
Horrible.
Yeah. So how's AI tackling this mountain of data
Well, it's being used to translate these records into modern Korean.
into modern Korean?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
And what's fascinating is that these AI translations are being rated as more accurate and readable.
More accurate than the existing translations done by humans.
Isn't that interesting?
That's surprising. Why is that?
That is a great question.
Are the AI models somehow better at understanding the nuance in the context?
It's possible what's likely happening is that the AI models are picking up on these subtle patterns
Subtle pattern.
in the language and grammar that humans might miss.
Right.
Remember, these models are trained on tons of data,
Tons of data.
so they've seen a much wider range of linguistic variations.
I see. So they've absorbed the language in a way that humans just can't.
Exactly. And this really highlights the potential of AI to take on tasks
To take on
that would
stress.
overwhelm us humans. That's not just speed, it's about accuracy and insight.
This is all so fascinating.
It is. We've seen how AI is deciphering burned scrolls, translating massive archives,
Right.
working with experts to uncover new things.
Yeah,
We haven't even touched on how AI can bring back lost languages.
that's right.
We'll explore that and more when we come back for part 2 of this deep dive.
Sounds good.
Welcome back.
So we've been looking at how AI helps us decode these ancient texts.
Yeah.
But what does it all mean for how we understand history?
That's a great question.
Right.
What kind of impact is it having?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
These AI tools aren't just helping us read faster or more accurately.
Right.
They're helping us to see patterns and connections
Okay.
that human researchers might completely miss.
Like, what kind of patterns are we talking about?
Well, think about it. We usually study history through the lens of individual texts.
Right, like one book or one scroll.
Exactly. But now imagine if we could analyze thousands,
Thousands.
even millions of documents at once.
That's a lot.
It is, but AI can do that. It can show us these large-scale trends in language,
Language.
ideas,
Yeah.
even social structures over huge periods of time.
So we could see the big picture of history
Bug-eye.
in a way that we never have before.
Exactly. It's like having a bird's eye view of the past.
That's amazing.
It's not just about reading individual texts.
Right.
It's about using AI to analyze these massive data sets
Okay.
to reveal hidden historical narratives.
That's incredible. You mentioned this fragmentarium project in the Nature article.
Oh, yeah.
What is that all about?
So the Fragmentarium Project is a really great example of how AI is actually reconstructing history,
Reconstructing history.
piece by piece.
Wow.
It focuses on these cuneiform tablets.
Cuneiform tablets,
Yeah.
which I remember from school, those wedge-shaped markings on clay tablets.
Exactly, some of the oldest writing we have.
It's crazy that we can still read those.
I know, it's remarkable.
It is.
So the Fragmentarium Project is digitizing tens of thousands of these tablets.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, they're creating this huge database
Wow.
that can then be analyzed by AI.
So what are they hoping to learn from all these tablets?
The goal is to reconstruct ancient Mesopotamian society
Wow.
in way more detail than we've ever had before.
Okay.
These tablets cover a ton of topics.
Like what?
Everything. Astronomy, mathematics,
Wow.
law, literature, you name it.
That's amazing.
By putting them all together
Right.
like a giant jigsaw puzzle,
Yeah.
we can really get a deep understanding of this civilization.
So it's like we're rebuilding a lost world.
That's a great way to put it.
One tablet at a time.
Yeah, and AI is the key.
Wow.
There's so much data, it would be impossible for humans to manage.
Right.
But AI can help us sort, categorize,
Yeah. Okay.
and analyze all these pieces at a scale we could only dream of before.
That makes me think
Yeah,
AI might be this amazing tool,
it is.
but it's still the historians and archaeologists
Oh.
who really bring the knowledge and the understanding.
That's a really important point. AI helps us find the pieces. But it's humans who figure out how they all fit together.
And what it all means.
Exactly. It's a team effort.
Right.
You need the tech and the historical knowledge.
This is such a cool time for history.
It is.
Like we're unlocking a whole new level of understanding.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder about the potential for AI to, bring back those lost languages.
We talked about that earlier.
Right.
What can you tell me about that?
Well, take Linear B, for example.
Linear B.
Yeah, an ancient script from concrete.
Okay.
It was deciphered a while ago.
Right.
But now AI is helping to fill in the gaps.
The gaps.
Yeah, in those existing tablets.
Oh, wow.
So we're getting an even better understanding of this script.
Interesting. And the Minoan civilization that used it.
Right, but there's a related script, Linear A,
Linear A.
from the same time period,
Okay.
and it's still undeciphered.
So there's a chance AI could be the key
There is.
to unlocking Linear A's secrets
It could happen.
and understanding the Minoans in a whole new way.
Imagine finally understanding what a civilization was saying
Wow.
after thousands of years of silence.
It's mind-blowing.
It is a really exciting possibility.
We're talking about rewriting history,
Yeah.
hearing lost voices, maybe even bringing entire civilizations back to life.
Through their words.
It's an incredible time to be studying the past.
It really is.
But what about the future? What other secrets could we unlock?
Ooh, that's the big question.
Right.
We'll explore that and more
Okay.
when we come back for
Right.
the last part of our deep dive into how AI is unlocking these ancient
You
texts.
can't wait. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been talking about how AI is changing the way we understand the past.
Yeah.
But I want to look ahead now.
Okay.
What does the future hold for this technology?
Oh, man. The possibilities are just mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. Give me some examples.
Okay.
What are some of the exciting things on the horizon?
Well, we can definitely expect even more powerful AI models
Even more powerful.
that can analyze these massive, complex data sets.
So bigger and better?
Yeah, imagine instantly cross-referencing millions of ancient texts,
Millions.
looking for connections and patterns that would take us humans forever to find.
That's incredible. We'd see the ancient world in so much detail.
Exactly. It's like
Wow.
unprecedented detail.
And it's not just text, right?
No, not at all. AI can analyze other archaeological data, too.
Like what kind of data?
Think pottery styles, architectural plans, even ancient DNA.
Wow, ancient DNA.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It could lead to all sorts of new discoveries
Like what?
about ancient migration patterns, trade routes, cultural exchange.
So a much more complete picture of the past?
Yeah, a holistic view informed by all these different sources.
All brought together by AI.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
It's like breaking down the walls between different fields of study. So you can build a much richer and more nuanced picture of the past.
That's fascinating. I'm also thinking about how AI could personalize history.
Oh, yeah. How
Like imagine virtual museums or interactive simulations
I love that idea.
where people can really experience history.
AI could definitely help create that.
Right.
Imagine exploring a 3D reconstruction of an ancient city
Wow.
or talking to avatars of historical
Like,
figures.
that would be incredible.
It would make history come alive.
It would bring the past to life.
For sure.
This is all so exciting, but are there any downsides?
That's a good question.
Should we be worried about bias
Well,
or AI misinterpreting the data?
those are important things to think about.
Right.
We need to be careful and create AI tools that are transparent, accountable, and free from bias.
As much as possible.
Yeah, because AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
That's true.
It's our job to make sure it's used ethically.
Ethically.
Yeah, and responsibly to gain knowledge about history.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Yeah.
It's about how we use it.
Right. Our values and principles should guide how we develop and use AI.
Right. It's a reminder that even with all these amazing advancements, we need to be careful
We do.
and use these tools wisely.
Absolutely.
This has been such a great conversation.
It has been fun.
It's given me a lot to think about. What's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we're living in a remarkable time,
A remarkable time.
a time of incredible discovery.
Yeah.
Thanks to AI, the ancient world is coming to life like we never thought possible.
It's amazing.
It's a thrilling journey, and we're really just at the beginning.
That's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the cusp of this whole new era of understanding our
Yeah.
past.
And I can't wait to see what we discover next.
Me too. And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive into how AI is unlocking ancient texts. Thanks for joining us, and keep exploring this fascinating topic.
Until next time.